Hey, hello, folks. Welcome to episode 10 of Locked Grooves. There's been some announcements this week, some pretty exciting announcements. Light in the Attic has announced that they're going to do a part 2 to their New Age box set that they put out, I think, in 2013. And this one's called Visionary Music of Continental Europe, 1970 to 1986. It's going to have Asra Temple, Vangelis, Deuter, Popovu, and many others they didn't say, but basically just cool cosmic music. It's going to be in a different vein than the first one was. The first one was basically New Age. It was, like I don't know if I'd said this before, but it's right in that area before New Age became, well, in my opinion, cheesy. And that one's called I Am the Century, which I have. I actually bought this, I don't know, maybe about 6 months ago. And it's a private issue, New Age Music in America, 1950 to 1990. And if you haven't picked it up, pick it up. It's pretty good. Even if you don't like New Age music, it's not John Tesh or any of that type of stuff. And it's got 3 albums in it. It's got a beautiful slipcase. Comes with a nice pamphlet as far as what's inside, who the artists are, a little biography of each of the artists. And, it starts in chronological order. So, you start with 1950, the artist 1950, and then you end with 1990. They're all real, the packaging's real nice. This is the first one. It's got Steve Halpern on it, Wilburn Burchett, Gail Lawton, and I'll talk about Gail and Wilburn here in a little bit. The second one, I believe this is the second one. See? Nice castle. Has got Daniel Kobiaka and Larkin on it, and Alice Damon. There's more. I mean, they're just real nice pieces. So if you get a chance, just check them out. I can never pronounce names. And I've been on a couple of Facebook groups. I know a few people have already ordered the new one, part 2. So, and I haven't ordered it yet. I think it's only $45, so it's not much. And they're having a black version, the black vinyl version. I think that's going to be unlimited. And then they're going to have an indigo version, which is only 500 copies. And I'm going for the indigo version. I think it'd be kind of cool. Now, speaking of a couple of those artists, I already had 2. So I've been listening to some of the stuff even before I had that box set. And Master Wilburn Burchett, Psychic Meditation Music. It is basically what you think it would be. Very electronic-y, spacey, cosmic. I don't meditate. I can't tell you if it actually works for meditation, but it's good. There's a label called the Numero Group, and they've just released a box set of some of his early works. I think he released 7 or 8 albums, and the box set has 3 of his albums. I emailed them and asked if they were going to be releasing any more of them, and they said eventually they're going to have everything that he's ever done released. So that's good news. There's a little picture of him right there. And then I had Gail. Was it Gail Lawton? is who I had. And this right here, I just picked this up recently, within the last 2 or 3 weeks. I had seen it at Half Price Books in the dollar section, of all places, and someone on a Facebook group posted it. And I said, hey, I've seen this for $1. And somebody said, go pick that mother up. So the next day I did. And it's good. This is really cool. It's kind of reenactment of the history of Earth. You know, you've got the Hebrews, 425 AD, and all the songs have a place and a date to go along with them. Pompeii, 76 AD, and it goes all the way to Atlantis, 21,000 BC. And I mean, yeah, it's harps, it's new agey, but it's, like I said earlier, it's that cool new agey, you know, something that you can just really get mellow to. Now, for my winner of the week, I was just cruising Discogs, and I found this one, Jan Hammer, The First 7 Days. This is a great album. I mean, it's like there's billions of albums out there, and how do you miss stuff like this? You know, this right here, I compare it with Pink Floyd. There's no singing, but it's just as good and just as trippy. What is it? Well, I would say it's space rock. I would say it's progressive. I would say it's fusion. All rolled into one. It just can't really decide what it wants to be, but it's perfect. It's just a great listen to. If you get a chance, check it out. And then I bought this along with it. John Abercrombie, Timeless, Jan Hammer, and Jack D. Jonette. And it's, as far as jazz fusion goes, it's perfect. It's the way I like it. Just kind of noisy and improvisational and perfect. Here's one from, I think, a couple of years ago. I think this is 2014. This is Crowd Zone. You can see it good. These guys are in Germany, and they're part of a collective. Most of these guys play in a band called The Electric Moon, another band called Space Lords, and the leader is Sula Bassana. Perfect music. I mean, 2 sidelong sides of just jamming space rock. You play it loud, it'll blow your mind. And the vinyl is beautiful. You see that. If you get a chance, check this one out. And we've got King Crimson, Lizard. Everybody talks about Red and Court of the Crimson King, but so far this is my favorite. It could change on a dime, just like everything else does. Side 2 is beautiful. It's got the Lizard Suite on it, and guest vocals by John Anderson from Yes. It's almost like a Lost Yes album. Well, side 2. It's almost like a Lost Yes side. I mean, he does great work here. It's just a great album. So if you've never heard Lizard, check it out. Now, here we go to, this was kind of a controversial album when it came out. Kid A by Radiohead. Got all the cool artwork. They just come off OK Computer in 1997, and you know, as far as an album of the 90s, that's just right up there in the top 5. And man, I listen to that every day. I mean, it's ingrained in my DNA. I love that album. And then they put this thing out, which is space rock, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it or classify it. Electronic music? And I had to listen to it maybe 100 times before I finally got it. Yeah, I know it's crazy, 100 times. but I didn't want to give up on them. And these are two 10-inch albums. And I would say out of my whole collection, this album sounds the best. I guess there is something about the bigger grooves on the albums, but it sounds the best. You play it loud, and you can really just hear stuff that you just don't hear on the CD. Because I bought the CD the day it came out. Here's another Radiohead one, The King of Limbs. I didn't dig this, and I still don't play it that often. But I got the newspaper edition, and if you've never seen the newspaper edition, well, I'm going to now. It comes with its own little baggie of stuff. Let's get to the important stuff. The album. The artwork is fantastic. I mean, whoever does their artwork is just... I mean, their mind, it's perfect. Just they're way out there. I love this. And this is clear vinyl. And it's a lot like Kid A. You know, apparently they did the recordings in the same studio, probably about the same time. And this is just basically Kid A Part 2. And this is some blotter art. You know, wonder if anybody's actually tried some. Let's see if it actually works. And it comes with a newspaper. And I've never read the newspaper. I think it's cool. It's called the Universal Sign. One of these days, maybe I'll read it. King of Limbs, Universal Sign. It's got all the trippy artwork in it, and some articles that I'm sure that is just, you know, mind-blowing. Look at all that. So, on a collector's front, and I bought that for $30. So that wasn't bad. Not a bad price at all. It also comes with a CD. So you get 2 records, some blotter art, a newspaper, this groovy little bag, and a CD. And like I said, I picked it up for $30. Are they still out there for $30? I don't know. I bought it a couple years ago. And while we're on the subject, how about their new album? Like I said, I didn't care for King of Limbs, so that came out 2011 to 2016, 5 years. It took them 5 years to get this one out, and it was well worth the wait. And they like the double albums. Personally, I don't. I mean, cram as much music as you can on one side, and so we can just mellow out for 20-25 minutes before we have to get up and turn the record over. The art, once again, pretty cool. This came in a white. 9,000 copies were white. Now, before it came out, the day they announced this, you could buy the MP3, and then they basically told you what they were going to do. It was going to be black and a 9,000 white. Well, I went to a website, and I know that I ordered the white. I got the black. And then I called them up, and I told them, I said, you guys have made a mistake. They said, we didn't, but we'll send you a white one anyway. Well, guess what? I have another one, and it's black. So, the album's good. I've got 2, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. Now, this one was recommended on one of the groups, and whoever recommended it, thank you so much. I appreciate every recommendations that you guys offer. We couldn't find these rare albums without you. without people saying, give it a shot, try it. Unfortunately, I don't like it. It's got a little bit of, I don't know, the way it was described was kind of like mind-blowing, and, what kind of drugs were they on, that they would make this type of music. But basically, it's just a guy, kind of a baritone type guy on a guitar with a reggae influenced voice, and there's a little tape manipulation here and there just to make it weird, but it's not, to me, for you might like it. So I'm gonna put this in a pile. Now, this is the 10th episode, and I still don't have a lot of subscribers or viewers, but I'm getting there. And since I don't really need these, I can give them away. So, I guess I'll set up a little contest. Now, on all 10 episodes, I put a little Easter egg on all of them. There's one thing that connects all 10 of these episodes, which I won't be doing anymore, just for the first 10. The first person that can figure it out, well, we'll get these. I'll just send these to you free of charge. Anything you want, man. I'll just send it to you. Let me know what you think it is. And you win a Radiohead album and a Simon Space Time. So what I'm going to do is I've got several albums that I want to get rid of. And every couple of weeks, I'll show you something. And if you want them, just send me an email and I'll send them to you. I mean, it won't cost a lot. And right now, I'll just show you real quick some stuff that I have. And some friends did give some of these to me, and some of these I just bought on a whim. And it's no offense to anybody. I'm not going to listen to them, and I don't want to take them to half-price books. I want to give them to somebody who will love them. So, real quick, 1973 Dylan album. I just didn't dig it, man. If you want it, let me know. Keith Jarrett. This is a ECM album. I was digging one day and a couple of guys I met who are incredibly cool, and they're on my channel. They said, get this, man. I mean, it's ECM, it's Keith Jarrett, you can't go wrong. Well, I went wrong. It's classical. I don't like classical music. I'll give them another chance. If you want it, let me know. It's yours. I knew this was not going to be good when I picked it up, but I wanted to hear it anyway. And it's Return to Forever Music Magic. I'd read about it, and I heard it was not their best. There's just too much singing on it. Their other stuff, fantastic, and I'm going to show it to you. Not today, but I'm going to show it to you. The Fireside Theater. I've listened to this many times. I'm done with it. I just don't want to hear it anymore. I bought this solely based on the artwork. A Better Land by the Brian Augers Oblivion Express. I mean, that is so cool. But the music just doesn't fit the artwork. I know that it's classified as fusion, but I just don't hear it. Some of the Dollar albums over the past couple of weeks, if you want them, let me know. This one I gave a thumbs down to last week. It's early electronics, and it doesn't sound cool like a Harry Parch album or a Morton Subotnick album. It's kind of cheesy. I don't know how I got this one. It's supposed to come with 2 discs. There's only one. It's called Inner City. Some DJ mix. I don't dig it. And then more of the $1 rejects. Heatwave, disco from Great Britain, and I think I already have this one, A Mamas and a Papas. And I'll listen to them. I mean, I'm not here to send you any junk or anything, but I've decided I'm not going to approach anybody with, I think they call it the VCLT. I'll announce that I've got something. If you want it, let me know. You can have it. Now, as far as this one goes, I mean, these are 2 brand new albums, and the only rule is just subscribe to my channel and be the first person. Then you can have the new Radiohead and Psyman, Space Time. So if you're kind of into reggae, it's not a reggae album, but a little bit reggae influenced, you can have both of these. So that's worth a little bit. And like I said, to Windows, you just gotta point out what the Easter egg, what the first 10 videos had in common. And with that, I will let you go. You guys have a great week, and we'll catch you next time.